where does direction end and micromanaging begin?
Yeah, that's a good one. So I think that one is you have to have SOPs, right? So direction's going to say, here's where we're going, here's the duties. And I think micromanaging is pretty much the point where like you don't give them the ability to find pride in doing themselves. Like if I've written out specifics of like, here's step 1, 2, 3 through say 17, right? And they're not doing step 15, 16, whatever it is. Like I have to let them get through 17 and then come back, go, hey, you missed 14, 15 here. And then you have a conversation, right? And after a while, like when they do it, you've got to do this thing. And this, I do it with my kids. I need people to have confidence and pride in the fact that they did it. And I can't force pride and confidence on you, which means you can't over celebrate. You can't make them feel like babies. But like when they do it, like notice they did a good job. Like, hey man, great job. Like let it go. Don't be like, hey, good job. You got all 17. Well done. You finally got it. Like you can't do that. You know what I mean? So in the beginning, it's like guide, direction, keep discipline, keep the bubble. Hey, you missed this one here, but I know you get it. Hey, it's totally cool. I know you're going to figure it out. And they do it when they finally get it done. Like, hey, I see you. Press on. And they're like, yeah, I feel good. And they keep doing it. And now the thing is, they like that. They feel good about that. And if you did it in a different way of like, oh, well done, all 17, you're a winner today. Like that's just, it's too much and it's too odd. So I think micromanaging goes in a space of if you haven't made it clear of what the actual steps through the SOPs are, then what happens is you kind of have to micromanage because it's not written down. They're going to forget it every time. So first thing for you, put it on paper and then coach to the paper. Here's the steps. Here's the system. Do this. If they don't do it and they can't figure it out, then it's a different conversation. It's not micromanaging. It's like, that's not the person to have on the team. Different kind of structure there. But I think that's where the micromanaging, it becomes less necessary when you have people who are part of the team who feel like they're getting their pride from accomplishing their task and making everything move smooth.
Frenchie's asking, I know you said in friendships that you don't keep score, but what if you have someone in your circle who does? Oh, that's such a good question.
Great one. I don't even know if I have a definitive. I'm going to go off whatever my what call it source is telling me in the back of my brain right now. When you have someone that's keeping score, tell them that you see them keeping score. You don't like it because it causes anxiety. And then if it's going to keep going this way, like we can't do this. Like I can't have you in my life creating anxiety. That's like a real person. You got to be like, look, if you're doing this, you can't be around me like this. Like there are people that I have cut off in life because they're just odd things. And why did this? And you did this and I did this. And I'm like, okay. And I just don't talk to them anymore. I don't say much. I just don't respond to messages, or if they do, I'm like, thumbs up. And they feel like, he used to connect a lot. Now he doesn't. There's something off. Now, if at some point they come in and ask, hey, what's going on? I'll clearly tell them. I'm very transparent. I'm communicative, probably over communicative, but I will tell you. And so what ends up happening is now I'm in this conversation, but you've got to say something about what you see, because if not, whatever you don't address will persist, and that becomes your issue because you didn't want to fix it.
Ooh, I love it. You know what I love about that, buddy, is that I think, and I hope it inspires people to know you don't have to keep around bad friends who keep score or make you feel terrible. And I think people do that because they're mortified they'll not make new friends. Yeah. And what I've always found is in the wake of old friends departing, new friends become available. And I think that's so incredibly important. I know a younger part of my life is like, oh my gosh, I have this one friend, but we were like mountain biking friends together. And I thought, gosh, I don't really love this person in my life, but we do this one activity together. And then I won't have someone to go mountain biking at that level. And I thought one day, that's a dumb thing. Because, I bet there's other humans who mountain bike too. I didn't find the 1 out of 7 billion. And I know that's so simplistic, but if you're really stuck on this idea that you can't, end or limit the attention into a friendship, it's usually because you're fearful you won't find something better.
True.
And I think it's really important, especially in a place where someone's keeping score too much. You do what Anthony's talking about, which is, hey, really clearly communicate that. Like, hey, I don't like this. This can't be the way our friendship goes. And if you keep doing it, we just can't keep hanging out. And being really direct about that, because everyone watching this, I want to let you know, you deserve an incredible quality of the friendship circle in your life. Like incredible, not okay, really incredible. And when you have that, your heart is just full. It's a very different experience of life. And 100%. I don't care if that's 3 people, 10 people, 30 people, 100 people, whatever it ends up being for you, it's a different game-changing experience. Audrey is asking, how do you handle the situation when a friend was part of your dream team, but as you grow, your relationship gets more distant?
Well, first off, you don't have to feel like it's your fault, right? There's always two people in a relationship. It's kind of an interesting thing. And there are people that were part of the thing. And then after a while, I find that relationships oddly do this. Like one person climbs, other person catches up or stays behind. And when you're progressing, there's actually funny. I saw a Snoop Dogg video at one point on this. This is of all people. And he's like, when you're doing well, doing your thing, is like, I love you and I want you to grow here, but I can't come down from where I'm at because you don't want to climb to where I'm at. And that's not a good, bad, right or wrong. Some people just are where they're at. And so you might have people that 100% are part of the dream team. But here's why I tell people is everybody says you're the expectations of the 5 people you surround yourself with. I think you're the you're the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. But I believe the expectations, I apologize, expectations of those 5 people. Because we just get around people that we have and we like them and they're great. But then we realize that sometimes our expectations for life change. And if their expectations haven't changed, then what happens is I start to elevate and lift and they stay on the ground. Like Brendan in the hot air balloon. I go up and you stay down there. And I love you. I do love you, but I can't stop the climb right now. And so it's fine if your expectations aren't that high. I still love that you are happy where you're at, but I need to go here. And that's not a thing where you have to feel bad or someone should feel bad. It's just a reality of life is we're different humans. And I can love you and still not have to be part of my dream team.
This can be your day for personal growth. This can be that day you committed to and you remember and you go, that was the day I got myself a community. I got better coaches. I committed to making my life the absolute best that I could. This is that day. Make today your growth day. Click the button on this page and sign up right now.